Tom Cousins breaks off the 2024 Pro Cup. And what a break it is.
Yeah, how about that? Just to finish off on Cohen before we get going, of course there was a lot of talk about Cohen and his dad not being able to make the finals night of the Pairs Cup because of commitments in Malta and not being given time to come back and travel back and forth. And fair play to the young man, though. He went on and won the Junior World title. With all that going on, missed out on obviously a big opportunity to win a major prize with his dad live on TNT, but boy, did he achieve a great week anyway.
Yeah, won the team competition out there as well in his junior division, and also worth a little mention is he's since I think won the under-18 nationals as well in the black ball side of things, and that's all come in the space of a couple of weeks to then roll into the Challenger Series when we were last in Blackpool a fortnight ago, and he took down a Challenger Series Tier 2 event. Never ever to be sniffed at, and you just think everything is tracking in the right direction for him to have a really, really promising future. But as it is, you're looking right now at the gold standard, and Tom Cousins is a really present danger in this tournament. Just slides that one in. Has he held the cue ball enough though? No. For bottom right, I don't think he has. So he's in a little bit of bother here, is TC.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Might have to play a loss of turn and try and find a hiding place here with the cue ball. There's no aggressive play on.
I think the good news is for TC and Cohen is that sort of hum you can hear in the background is the heating. I think it's just been fired up. So
excellent.
That'll warm things up for us.
It's not exactly bad news in the commentary box either.
So Tom's going to dangle the carrot. You'd love to have been a little bit closer to that red, almost sticking to it to make this impossible for Cohen to pot anything. But Cohen can go here if he wants. It is a difficult layout for him though.
It's the one red that's a problem though. One on the right hand side, and you see Cohen's trying to see, can he get an angle on the one to right centre to come down? He doesn't have much margin here to land. This is too far. Okay, if the ready's nearest who passes the other, he can get himself back in the position to play the breakout, but obviously it's all eggs in one basket if you're doing that, but probably feels he needs to do that anyway with the way these yellows are laid out.
Yeah, a little bit of a free hit this opening frame for Cohen.
Yeah, that's not really worked. Only thing I'll say, does Tom have a first pot on? The yellows all go. He has, he's down on it quickly, so just has to play short side position on the yellow that the red blocks now to the right corner. Effect now to get there if he wants to. No, he's going to use the one over the pocket to get there. No issues with that either.
Love the way he's played that. Very nice. Tom Cousins isn't just going to break off in the opening frame of the Pro Cup. For 2024, he is going to win it. And remember, race to 12 in this tournament. Double elimination as well, so loads of opportunity for players to play their way in to the contest. In goes the opening 8 ball.
Yeah, double elimination to the last 16, so you've basically got to win 3 matches straight if you don't, without losing, gets you into the last 16. If you go into the loser's side, then it's a lot more work because you all of a sudden have to sort of double your number of matches you've got to win to get there. But if you win, keep it clean, 3 straight wins gets you in the last 16, which is tomorrow afternoon.
As you're watching us live on Facebook this morning, a very good morning to you. Hope you're all doing well. We'll be showing a fair majority of this opening match, but to see its conclusion you will need to join us over on Ultimate Pool TV. premium subscription service, which is available with a seasonal discount code, as Ultimate Pool is home together rather than home alone this festive period. Use code UPHOME2 for £2 off your first month, gets it for less than a fiver, or UPHOME20 to get your next 12 months with 20 quid off. Cracking opening break from young Cohen Bradford, I should say. I didn't mean to say the word Bedford, but he was.
Now you have. Let's tell the story.
Yeah, we're going to have to. We're just chatting to Cohen before he took to the table and talking about what a great few weeks he's had. And he told us the run came to an end last weekend. He had a bit of a stinker in his under-25 tour grand final, I should say. Didn't go too well there. What he did do, however, was his tip fell off in his opening group game. Bit of a disaster for him. So he was lent a rack cue for his second group game against Ultimate Pool pro Cohen Bradford, we should say, and zipped him 4-0. I can only imagine how well Cole took that defeat, and I think a shame that we weren't all there to witness it. But it just shows the level that Cohen is playing to, that he's capable of winning a match like that against someone as good as Cole.
And to be honest, as much as I enjoy that story, I like Cole a lot. The banter side of it is fantastic. To me, it highlights what Cohen is, and Cohen's a proper pool player. Where it comes down to, he's looking at the puzzle, the pattern. He tries to work it out. And if you're a player that has to fizz the cue ball around the table all the time, and you're playing on fine margins, trying to do that with equipment that's not your own and a rack cue, it's going to be tough to do. But Cohen always tries to find the pattern and the route to keep the game simple, and it's one of the reasons why people have earmarked him for success from an early age, is because he plays the game at such a elite level.
Yeah, he does. And from speaking to him and his, I was going to say old man, but that would do Paul a huge disservice.
Ooh, lets that one go. Just left himself the wrong angle on the one to right centre, and he was just maybe twice as far away from that ball than he wanted to be. If he's right behind that ball as he would have wanted, you don't miss it. He tried to sort of drag it in and just to kill the cue ball, and just got it slightly wrong.
Tom's going to call his extension. No surprises there.
Yellow on the right hand side. That's the problem. How do you solve that yellow? That's what Tom's trying to work out right now. He's normally very good at getting rid of his hardest balls first, which is why he came across this one on the left hand side, but it leaves him a bad angle.
A little bit of work for TC here. Watson on the thick side, and that is pretty nice, but he's got to find a line here. You won't really want to play this yellow as a combination. He may be forced to. Oh, how good is this? That is pin point from Top Cat.
Yeah, had to leave it late, but made it work. That's a beautiful shot.
That is really, really good. And everything was geared for that shot. That wasn't just one good positional shot. That was 2 or 3 back to back to get him onto the ball, to get him on that line. That's really, really top stuff from Tom Cousins. And that is why he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, and I think it's staggering what he's done over the past what, 2 seasons now. Obviously, he was the #1 last year. He's been the #1 all this year. But we've seen runs from players. You know, we saw Shane doing great things in year 1. Obviously, what Mick did in year 2. And other players have been consistent around him, but they've been the first 2 years #1s. Tom's now done it for 2 straight seasons, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up. He is miles ahead in the rankings. It's just an elite level that he plays at, and the best way I can kind of come up with is we see him probably not quite hit the break as well as he can. He's still got an unbelievable good result. But Tom's, obviously there's a lot of players that ceiling is really, really high. You know, we mentioned Cohen Bradford's a prime example. He can play tournament winning level pool 4 periods, but he can dip as well. Tom's floor is incredibly high. He plays his game is so well suited to never really letting his level dip too low, which means he's never out of a match, and even if he's not his absolute best, he can still win matches and go on and win tournaments. Try and solve that red just above the one he's playing now. That will do. Now it's just keep it simple.
Keeping it simple is something Tom Cousins does better than most. It's one of the main reasons he's able to be so successful.
Probably the only shot here that can go wrong if he lands perfectly here. The rest should be simple. I'd say it's perfect, but he's tracking a good line if he takes this in the middle. It's just, will he go too far? Can go long if he's straight enough as well. No, he's just going to track the natural line. He was able to control it. Standard MO for Tom though, isn't it? You know, he's got one problem to solve, which is fairly common in the ball world. You know, nice, good, even split at the table. There's normally something to solve. Solve it at the first possible shot, and then pick your pattern, keep it simple, and Tom does it so well. First one off the break though for Tom. Can't say he hasn't had his opportunities. Will feel like he should have at least shared the opening 2 frames. Could have taken them both with, you know, a brilliant clearance in the opening frame. It wasn't easy. The second one he'll feel like he could have done better with. He should have got the second one. He knows that, but third one, nothing you can do about it. And the problem with that is all of a sudden you're 3-0 instead of being 2-1 down and on the break. As we mentioned, it's a double elimination tournament. Plenty of pool going on in the main arena behind Tom. We've got 4 other matches currently in action. Matt Cook is 2-1 down to Hitan Patel. Dave McNamara is 2-2 with Chris Hampson. Peter Mullaney is 1-1 with Dom Cooney. And Kyle Cope off to a flyer. 3-0 up over Chris Day. Holds up his hand because he was a little fortunate here, but he'll take it. He needs it. He's more than a little fortunate. In all honesty, he got it all wrong. Especially, I mean, it was trying its hardest to go in.
Yeah, he'll take it though.
At the same time as the cue ball staying up, though, a yellow came across to a bad area of the table. The yellows were looking like they were going to be a beautiful layout, but not so much now. Looks like he's still eyeing up the yellows. The yellow on the left-hand side is a tough one to solve. Reds might have been an option, depending on how he saw that red. I just see the red as a double. Wouldn't be too bad. But if he pops this yellow open, then yellows are great. Probably 50-50 call, maybe just edge the yellows with the way these were laid out. Yeah, it's not gone well. Got the wrong ball. And now you don't have a good ball to do it with. Does the double go? That's the question. Red is very much on the edges of being in the way. I think he's made his decision that it goes. Gets away. The longer this goes on, the harder it's going to get for Cohen. And the easier it will get for Tom. He'll be relaxed into this match now anyway. I don't think he really cares what's happening on the other side of the table. He'll just keep picking them off. One of the things that Ultimate Pool have done well in these events, and we've had a few, thinking about the Players' Championships, the British Open we saw earlier this year, when there's been spots to bring in, some of the top challengers or some of the up-and-coming players, they've not shied away from doing it. And I say this isn't the first time that Cohen's been in this position, as a young challenger. He's just been handed a tough draw though, isn't he? This is a great shot, by the way. He's going to be a bit unlucky where that 8-ball's gone. But to be elevated up to the event and draw Tom twice is pretty brutal.
Yeah, not the ideal draw for him. But as I say, I think he's... One of the things I've said this plenty of times about Cohen. I think his temperament's fabulous for someone so young, and I think he will take this as it should be taken, but it's... Oh, I'll tell you what. Unbelievable shot too. But I think he'll take it with the right way and think, well, I've just got to play the table, one. But if it doesn't go my way, and the best player in the world wins, he will sit there and he'll watch Tom and he will learn a lot. He's a real student of the game here, Cohen Bradford. You can tell by the way he plays. He's improved so much in just the space of 6 months that I've been watching him. And these last 3 balls have been magic.
Those first 2 shots will be eye-catching, and they were special. That was the best of the 3. That was serious. That is absolutely. Dan, don't miss the 8. No, in it goes. That's out of this world. Those balls, absolutely out of this world.
That is daft, young man. Well, that is already a contender for finish of the weekend, and we are, well, barely less than half an hour in to the coverage here.
Bonkers.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the first shot was excellent, but it caused, you didn't know what was going to go on, and it caused some issues. Second shot opens it back up again, but just leaves an absolute stinker of a shot that you just have to kind of, the minute he jacked up to try and bring the cue ball back, I was like, the odds of making this have just shrunk dramatically. I thought the best he could hope for was to maybe top it through, skim off one of Tom's balls and get the cue ball somewhere to the left-hand side of the table and have half a chance at the 8 ball, but no, jacked it up, added to the tariff, and just, well, how about that? And doing that at 3-0 down, come on.
Stupid. Yeah. That is an absolutely amazing finish.
But as I said before, Tom won't care. He'll just go on about his business, his chances. He'll be slightly irritated that he actually played a loose safety shot to allow that. He was trying to get a snooker, and he allowed the original shot to be played, but he also won't overthink it, just on to the next.
Extension.
Break was so good here. He's just picking it apart. Is he straight enough top left here? Maybe top right. He's just off the wrong way on both of them. If he can hold top left and leave himself straight in, then you kind of want the one. Basically, in 2 shots' time, you want the cue ball where the yellow is nearest the right centre pocket. He was straight enough, because you want just a 3/4 ball pot on the yellow down the cushion to get on the yellow furthest down the table. You need to sort of slide across towards the 8 ball, so you don't want to be straight in on this next shot. Very nice again, this from Tom.
And in rolls the 8 ball, a 4-1 lead for Tom Cousins, who reacts to that star-studded Cohen Bradford counter clearance with all the nonchalance that you would expect out of TC. Routine break and run for the number 1. As you can see by that message in the top corner of your screen. We've got one more frame for you live on the Facebook stream. If you're watching us on Facebook and you're not subscribed to Ultimate Pool TV and want to watch the conclusion of this match, and indeed the rest of this tournament, maybe even the mixed pairs on Monday night, which has 2 more groups, and then the final to come, maybe even the return of the Champions League in 2025, or even the last one standing, use code UPHOME2 as part of our Home Together promotion for the winter, and you can get your first month 4 or 5. You can get all those tournaments for just $4.99. If you want to invest in the whole 2025 for Ultimate Pool, there are worse investments than you can make. I can tell you, use UPHOME20. You get 20 quid off an annual subscription. Cohen Bradford massively mishits the break.
Exactly the same as the previous one. Same break twice.
Won't mind the result though.
No, he won't. He's got more chance this time than the, to me it's, I was about to say it's a better layout. He had a tricky layout because of 1 ball previously. He's got the same kind of 1 ball that's a problem, but I think it's easier to solve this time. He's going to go yellows here. It depends. You could be clever here. You could take reds and then, play the loss of turn, next shot, get the snooker, and then reds are brilliant. There's nothing that says you have to clear up every time. Oh, that's horrible.
That's so unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, it is. I'm guessing he's playing Is he playing on the one right at the bottom? I'm not sure it connects anywhere, but I'm interested now to see what Tom does, because it is an open table still. Ah, so the red goes off the jaw, off the yellow, in which case reds were definitely the colour set. Yeah, Cohen's missed a trick there. Reds were the set.
Yeah, as tough as the in-off was, you can see by the way Tom has approached the reds that they were the better colour set.
Yeah, they're the better colours, because if you take the yellow over the bottom left-hand corner out of the way, then the reds were by far and away the better. But obviously, it didn't look like it did. But Tom's made it look easy there, and therefore missed trick. Slightly awkward angle here, I think. Has he got enough just to top this one and track up? No, he's a bit too straight. He could play for one above the 8 ball maybe. No, he's manufactured it. He's fine. He's fine.
So it looked pretty plumb straight there, but he's forced quite a bit of angle.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do. Smaller cue ball and pinch in the pockets. It's kind of manipulate it a lot out there. Probably would have, in an ideal world, he would love to have gone up and been straight in on the one to left centre before that one, because the one he's just played was his connection to the one on the cushion, and the one on the cushion is his final ball. All it means is he might not get quite as close to this red on the cushion, but not really a major issue.
He doesn't have to do a thing with the cue ball here. All about the pot, and when it's all about the pot, you fully expect Tom Cousins to make it. Part of the pocket. So an excellent start for Tom Cousins. He leads 5 frames to 1 against Cohen Bradford, and if you are watching us on Facebook, this is where we say sayonara. Join us on Ultimate Pool TV as this match continues. Can Cohen mount something of a comeback against the #1 player in the world? We also see John McAllister, Clayton Castaldi, Craig Waddingham and Jez Graham this afternoon, and plenty of action continues into the evening as well. But if you're watching us on Facebook, we'll see you over on Ultimate Pool TV. Code UPHOME2 gets your first month for $4.99. We'll see you over there in a sec.
Tom's just in casual beast mode, isn't he? What's he made so far today? A safety error. So far, doesn't feel like he's done much really, and he's 5-1 up, but he's playing brilliantly. Eight balls close.
It's better than close. No golden break in this tournament. And has he made another ball?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he's made a yellow.
Yeah.
He made a yellow early on. We talked about this a little bit. The new Rassen Apollo. Pockets are so lovely and quiet. It's great if it's in your house or in the club, but the one downside of that is if you're wanting to know if you've made a ball on the break by audio alone, it's less simple that way. But hey ho, Tom Cousins has made a yellow, and that's all that he'll be bothered about.
I'm interested to see what Tom does here. He's got the easiest breaker ball top of the table for the one red that doesn't go easily, but then the red bottom left is also awkward. You could make a case for yellows here, because the yellow at the top pots. Now the yellows, you kind of feel like you would like the bottom right hand corner pocket, but he doesn't necessarily need it.
Plant first.
Yeah, so it is really interesting.
Yeah, he has got an awkward yellow in a sense, because the one right on the 8 ball, you've got to land on it to right centre. That's the only pocket it really goes to.
I think he might have been trying to solve it there. He might have been playing 2 cushions into the red that's sort of nearest the bottom left-hand corner pocket, because if he catches that full ball, he's on the one bottom right and it opens up the pocket for the one above the 8 ball.
You could try and do it again.
Yeah, he might have. He was a long way away from it, so I'm not going to say he was. He definitely was there, he just didn't hit it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we know Tom Cousins' MO. He usually tries and gets his work done almost farcically early sometimes. But he's played 2 shots there, and I'm in agreement with you. I think on both occasions he's tried to do something about that yellow by the 8 ball. He's not going to be able to. He could just simply screw back, I think, off the yellow he's onto the bottom left and have a shot, but it's likely to be thin.
Yeah, pinch the pocket, there you go, side of the pocket, and there you go, it's perfect here actually. I know it's a tight spin, but I think he drifts up and he can play on the one at the top of the table or the one into right centre. Anything you'd say, does the 8 ball now go down the table because of that red? Because now, if that's the case, no, it might still go, looking at that camera angle.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, he's actually, I mean, shock horror, but he's actually played a lovely pattern here.
Yeah, I'm sure he was bumping that red though, just to make life easier.
Oh, 100%. But what I like about it is, inbuilt into the route was some margin of error. Some plan A, plan B, plan C.
You always need that. There was always going to be a bit of movement there because he couldn't avoid catching the red. So there was massive jeopardy. When he played the one into right centre, he would have liked to have been straighter on the one that's left now to right centre. Because when you're playing that one, you're going into the red, you'd much rather be playing on the 8 ball because you could then control down the right hand side of the table. And you know, he wouldn't have hit it as firm. So put himself under it here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I really am. I must admit, the way that he played on those 2 yellows at the top of the table, I sort of assumed he could hold the cue ball off the one on the top rail, but I mean the shot he's decided to play obviously showed us that he couldn't.
Yeah, he must have been trying to get it a little bit thicker and just caught it thin, and then the cue ball's running loose and wild. Yeah, not Tom's best visit in the end. Well, this is where Cohen's got to step up and punish.
Oh, you naughty boy.
Well, I was about to say good luck getting out of this, Tom, but I think he's got a 1 cushion. The natural's not there, but it's just a little bit of side, so there's a little bit of a field shot here. But it's a field shot that it's not crazy to see him make this. Yeah, just below the centre pocket with a little bit of side.
It would still be a very good shot.
Oh, it would be a brilliant shot.
This is very tough. Oh, he wasn't far off.
But it's just one of those, because of the angle he was coming up towards the yellow. You know, it wouldn't have been crazy to see him make it.
I'm a little surprised to see Cohen play the snooker in all truth, because it comes to that question again of, well, what are you gaining by playing it? And if you get cue ball in hand there, did you need cue ball in hand to clear these reds? I'd suggest Cohen probably didn't. He'll play a snooker here because he didn't have a clear shot. That makes, you know, that's sensible. But when he laid the original one, you know, they were all there. I don't think he needed an extra chance.
He's actually got a worse layout now.
Exactly. That's my complete point. So,
yeah. The 3 reds at the top, you could work those out. He was obviously on the one at the bottom, and the one that's even on the top cushion wasn't right on the top cushion. So yeah, I'm with you. I think certainly a finish that was well within Cohen's scope.
Looking for a kick shot double here. Going to come underneath the yellow.
Played it just natural.
Well, that's what I thought he was going to do, but to kick the yellow to the middle right corner, to the middle right pocket, I should say. It was that exact shot.
Yeah.
But he's tried to cut it in the left centre, which I thought was a much tougher shot. Because I think if you come behind it and give it a whack, almost full ball, you feel that even if you don't make it to the opposite centre, you've got a little bit of a chance to maybe do something else with it.
It always feels more comfortable when you're trying to hit a ball out of a snooker full ball as well, isn't it? Even if you have to use 2 cushions rather than 1.
Oh, I don't love that choice of shot at all. Cohen may still well go on to win this frame.
I can see the value, because this time round he didn't have I'm assuming there was no short position available on 3 reds there to open them up, so going wasn't an option. So he's got to open up his reds and lay a snooker. He's made his 2 reds at the bottom a little bit more messy, of course, but he's got the yellow into a really awkward position. That will be another foul. This time it'll be an interesting decision to see, because if that red passes the other red, or he can play it in off that red, whichever way around it, he can definitely go. No, he's gonna bide his time. Another go here. Once you set your stall out, you kind of got to stay with it. Yeah, and that, obviously that red didn't pass. That's why he's played the red into it. Just trying to open up the reds at the same time as laying another snooker. Yeah, that's popped open nicely now. Tom doesn't get out of it this time. There's definitely a chance to go. Tom comes up with an excellent shot. What a shot that is. Safety net there. Played it in clever way. Picked out the shot that was going to give him a chance to pop the ball, but also keep it tight. What that's done is compromise position, but he can control from here. I think he's got to be careful if he lays a snooker, because that yellow now passes the red, plays a big pocket. That's why he's chosen to be a little bit more aggressive. But again, aggressive in a positive way, but with a safety net.
Ooh, he gave it that as good as he could have got.
Yeah, that would have been a nervous moment for Cohen, but now's time to stop playing around and just go and win this frame.
Yeah, and again, this just goes, to me, back to where we were not that long ago, where Cohen decided to play a snooker when I would suggest he didn't really need to. And it can just get messy when you do that. He's good enough to have cleared those reds as they were, and actually by playing the snooker against a man like Tom Cousins, who can get out of pretty much anything you lay at his doorstep, you run the risk of making things harder for yourself, and I think that's what happened in this frame. He's still going to win it, that's important, but maybe a lesson to learn as well.
Yeah, I agree. The first decision for me was the one. After that, once you made that decision, it got trickier, and then he's made good decisions after that, but you sort of set your stall out.
Yeah, completely agreed. Anyway, he's back in the game a little bit, and the benefit of races to 12 is where we on the series, for example, you feel like Tom Cousins is basically at the front door of this victory. He's 5-2 up, he'd be 2 away, but a race to 12, long way to go.
How about this for a scoreline though? Kyle Cope 8, Chris Day 1. Brilliant so far.
Gracious
Kyle.
me.
Off to an absolute flyer.
Yeah, Cohen Bradford's stable mate from Potters in Swaddling Coat. That is a hell of a scoreline, because that's not just the fact that it's 8-1. It's the fact they've played 9 frames in that time is astonishing.
They did start at 11, whereas obviously we started our show at 11, so they hit their first shot. So it's not comparable to the match we have here, Well, we got 6-2 Hitton Patel over Matt Cook, 4-4 David McNamara, Chris Hampson, and Dom Cooney's 4-1 up over Peter Mullaney. So it's within.
No, not like Big Dog and the Cowboys to be slowing things down on the outside tables.
This time a little bit better for Cohen.
Yeah, it's a great break.
It is.
That's the thing, when you have that sort of stand-up break, the idea is it gives you more control because there's less body movement, there's less chance to deviate.
But if you slow that one down, his head's moving as he hits the ball, and I think that's the reason he's being inconsistent with the break. I'm all for the standing up break to give you a little bit more, but if I was coaching Cohen, I'd ask him just to stay. If you're going to stand up, you don't then need to stand up on the shot. And what he's doing is he's halfway up and then getting further up as he plays the shot, which then that's where the inconsistent stroke comes from.
Yeah, if you watch someone, well, like a Chris Day, for example, who tinkered a lot with the break, and when he was on the mixed pairs recently, he had a stand-up break, but he's like a statue when he breaks. The only thing that moves is that cueing arm.
Yeah.
Shots.
But this is just perfect, though. That's a lovely shot. Now they're there. 8-ball needs a little tickle, but other than that, and he's got options to do that, by the way. This is to build on the back of, the Tom Cousins mistake in the previous frame, where we can argue whether he was slow in dealing with it, but he did deal with it, and if he puts this on top of it, it's 2 for the price of 1.
Well, that answers my question. I was about to ask, can he even leave the ball he just potted till last and take the 8-ball right centre? No, you can't. That angle there clearly showed us that doesn't go to right centre. You could have made a case to take it top right, perhaps, but he's going to back himself to just bump it.
He's perfect on the ball to bottom right now to open the 8-ball, but he can't play it because it'd be on nothing. So is he on this one? Can he come back to the same angle? He's tried, but he's put the red awkward. It's just gone wrong. Now he's got a spot of bother here. Yeah, so now he's thinking, can he get underneath the 8-ball? As you suggested, Stephen, and maybe the one on the cushion will be the ball to do that. Yeah, that's what he's going to do by the looks of things. Either that, or you play into the yellow here and then play the double. That's an option.
Well, does he maybe? He's on it quite nicely here. Can you sort of go back to the plan that I mentioned towards the start of the frame? Can he go underneath the 8-ball? No, he is going to try and play into it. He's got an angle to do it. I mean, this shot's tough though.
Yeah, if you go into it, don't hit the yellow 4-ball.
Yeah, all the best.
Yeah.
All the best. The reason why I sort of mentioned, if his cue ball is where his cue's pointing right now, which he could have got there off that shot, I felt like that was a more guaranteed opportunity to have a consistent 8-ball. You knew exactly what you were going to get. In bumping it, you were sort of running the risk of either missing it or not being on it.
Yeah, that one went wrong pretty early, didn't it? He was always trying to bail it out. It looked so good after he played the breakout on the right-hand side. It looked so good, just couldn't find that clean route to make it easy. Would have been, obviously you can't tell. I think Tom's the best player in the world at dealing with his problem balls and breaking them out, knowing when to break them out, knowing how to break them out. And there's times where Tom just will do it with force, there's times when he'll do it with precision, but he'll always do it early. And it'd be interesting to see how he would have gone about that layout once he'd played the breakout. So if you give him Tom the exact scenario, once he landed perfect to play the breakout, the 8-ball, would he have played it, maybe tried to screw off the yellow to get onto the one right centre? I don't know. I mean, it's really difficult to say, but that's the moment it went wrong. I don't know Cohen well enough to know whether he thinks in those sort of terms, and he won't be thinking about it necessarily now as we see Tom wrap up the frame as he was always going to. But there are many players out there that would look at what Cohen's just done and gone, oh, he got that last positional shot wrong. You know, he could have executed that better, and then he would have made the 8 ball and it would have been a good finish. Whereas I think Cohen, just by the way he plays, the way he kind of shows off his game, I think he's a player that will review that chance and go, what could I have done differently to make it easier all the way through and not have to come up with that good shot at the end. I think, to me, that's what separates him from other players in his age group and other players in the challengers, because that's what's going to allow you to be consistent, is that thought process. Just ticked over the halfway point in the match. Tom's at the halfway mark on the scoreboard. Definitely think 70 minutes will be in play a lot on our TV games. Races to 12s. A lot of frames to play. Tom's got a good layout here. One problem, perfect angle to solve it straight away. Should have a good layout to go and mop up. I think these yellows are pretty good. Actually, I'd take that back. Actually, I hadn't considered the yellow by the 8 ball. Obviously, the yellow and red together, but he's got the perfect angle to break that out first shot. Problem is the yellow by the 8 ball. So does he like the reds? The red below the yellow on the right hand side will double. He can get there straight away, and then the reds would be perfect. No, it is going to be yellows.
He's okay, just.
And this is where Tom's clever. See, I saw the yellow top right. He had the perfect angle to come down into the yellow and red together, which sends the red down the table but leaves the yellow there. Tom wanted to get the one on the top cushion to get onto this one, so that when he played the breakout, he was knocking the yellow towards a corner pocket. So even though Tom goes after his bad ball earlier than anybody else in the game, he's waited a visit there to go into it in the better way. And now his attention will turn to the one by the 8 ball. How does he get on it nicely? On cue. How about that for Tom? Okay, he's come up a little bit short here, but I would wager 95, if not more, % of the players there, I know I would have done, mop up those yellows at the top and then work their way down, and they're kind of backing themselves to deal with this yellow below the 8 ball. On this occasion it's cost him because he didn't land good on it, but just shows you Tom's MO.
Yeah.
He's gone, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 cushions to try and land on that while there's other yellows on the table, because he knows once he's landed on that ball he wins the frame. Cohen's got to find a way to get out here. There's no real hiding place or safety on this occasion. You've just got to step up, make a couple of good pots and map a finish. Not for the first time. Misses a bad ball down the cushion to the bottom right hand corner pocket. Getting on the 8 ball's not guaranteed here.
No, you feel like he's got to play a really good shot.
Wouldn't shock me if he played on the double. Moving that red, he now has the option. The problem with playing on the 8 ball here is you play this one with bottom left, and you sort of, your line is going towards the left centre pocket, which plays big in this particular situation. That's why he's come down more of the middle of the table, but that makes this a high tariff pot all of a sudden.
Yeah, if he could get that line, and obviously Tom's down on the shot, he knows he can get that line. I'm surprised to see him end up short, really.
Well, it's just there's no prizes for long, because long is the left centre pocket in your mind. You just bail out a little bit on the shot. You couldn't have left it much worse. Yeah, misses it by a distance as well. 2 mistakes in the same frame from Tom Cousins.
Don't get many of those.
Okay, wanted that to fall in, of course, but he knew he had where he was putting the cue ball. It's not a mistake as such, because he's got the snooker, and he knew he was kind of getting a good chance of that, but he was still trying to pot it. Oh no! Oh, Tom Cousins! Oh dear, that's a dagger. That is a dagger.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's going to hurt Cohen so badly. Calmly walks back to his chair, makes 2 mistakes in the frame, comes up with a hammer blow, and Cohen's going to sit there and really hurt. If you're not winning frames when Tom makes 2 mistakes, you've got problems.
Cohen Bradford's break.
5-frame advantage now. A change of break for Cohen. You feel like his break inconsistent. When he's got it right, it's been great. But it's not a bad backup break, is it? I like that. He's got a good cut break on him, but slightly messier layout.
Yeah, not surprised to see him go cut break, and yeah, I think if you cut break that well, stick with that for now.
Ooh. Felt there was an air of frustration in that from Cohen. Obviously hit a good break, didn't come out brilliantly. Obviously that on the back of what's happened previously. could target the red here by the 8 ball. The reason I say that, you can easily play on the yellow, don't have to worry about the red, but the problem with doing that is that then you've got a problem getting away from that yellow and back out. You might just leave the yellow where it is and deal with up the table first. Back himself to come back on that one and then play good position onto the 8 ball. He's decided not to. So what's he looking at here? High tariff plant, or does he believe he can get the gap here? Looks like he must be playing on the gap. Slightly surprised by this, but this is the key shot that unlocks this frame. And it doesn't really work. Wow, I say it doesn't work out perfectly. He wasn't playing that line, I don't think, but he's landed plumb. If he's playing that line, it's exceptional.
Yeah, that's an if for me, but it's not out the question.
Well, one thing I will say is he found a line where good things would happen. If he clipped the red, good things would happen. If he clipped a yellow, good things would happen. If he misses everything, the pace he played it at, perfection.
Yeah, it couldn't have come out much nicer there. Ball is waiting.
Break.
8-2, the Tom Cousins leads, and it's been an impressive display from the number 1.
Carl Cope's got himself to 9. Now 9-2 over Chris Day. Hitting Patel, 9-2 up over Matt Cook. Flying out there this morning. Dave McNamara's won 4 straight from 4-4 to go 8-4 in front. Chris Hampson and Dom Cooney. The Cowboy now 6-1 in front over the big dog.
Break. Leading big break.
Cruncher of a break.
Yeah, and these are, he's had work to do on a couple of layouts. A ball here, a ball there. Thinking to do. This time it's just get down and pot the balls. They're all open. Only ball that looks half guarded is the 8 ball. I'm pretty sure there's enough room to pot that. You should just mop through these pretty quickly. Oh, the reds go. We won't take yellows because of the yellow by the 8 ball. Mentioning the Hit and Patel Matt Cook match, that the winner of this match plays the winner of that match. Right now, looking like Tom versus Hitton. There's also another match in action that I've not spotted on the scoreboard, and we've already got a winner. As I mention it, Neil Raybone is just completed victory over Ryan Lambeth, 12-3. A little bit further down the draw, which is why I didn't notice it on my scoring system, but it suddenly dawned on me that before we went live, I was watching Neil playing out there. So nice start there for Neil Raybone. He'll move on and play the winner of our next match, isn't it? Clayton Castoldi and John McAllister, or is it our final match of the afternoon?
No, that's our next match. Yeah. Final match of the afternoon will be Craig Waddingham taking on Jez Graham.
simple stuff, this layout for Tom. Must be the 8-ball still looks guarded, but there must be a little bit more room than it looks. He's not being remotely concerned about it. Slightly too far. He's got room to play with here. Would have been better to land a little bit shorter, so he could have just come down to the middle of the table naturally.
Yeah, I think he surprised himself with his own cue power there.
He may have wanted to play it that way. Interesting thought of that. It's just that simply because he's screwing it on and off the right-hand side, he's in the slot to be perfect on that 8-ball for an extraordinarily long time. Whereas if you come down off the left-hand side, you're crossing the line more. It'd be interesting. I mean, I'm just fascinated watching Tom and just trying to kind of think of the level he can get to. It's a brilliant shot.
Break 12. Cohen Bradford's break. Still in 9 breaks.
Back to the front ball, so he obviously didn't like the cut break, even though it looked good. Didn't leave him a good layout, so he goes back to the front ball, and here we go. We're watching the lose the control. That's the 3rd time that's happened to him. Basically, I mean, he's trying to hit the front ball full, and he's hit it half ball. That's happened 3 times now. Something he definitely needs to kind of look at and work on. When it's fine, you know, at different levels, but the minute you start talking about the elite, well, that's absolutely what we're watching here with Tom Cousins. You cannot afford to do that. Tricky layout, this one. Not like his last chance, where it was just a clean-up job. Working hard. Yellow by the red, yellow in the triangle area, both problems. 8-ball isn't an issue as it goes bottom left, but its natural pocket's bottom right. It's all a bit congested and awkward here. The yellow on the left-hand side by the red, that goes right centre, and he can play on it now. Okay, has he played on the one in the triangle area then? Yes. I was about to make the point that the one in the triangle area is harder to land on. Immediately unhappy, knew he'd come too far up the table. I assume he was playing short position, so the plan was to be a touch straighter on this, or almost straight, where he could just pinch the pocket and go on and off the left-hand side cushion. Now he's got too much angle. He's going to have to play into it. Oh, it goes. So he wasn't trying to play short position. He was just trying to get straight in so that he could drop the yellow into left centre, and then the one that he's just played would have left 3/4 ball and come across the table for the 8-ball. Never saw that one going. Had to turn that one in with side as well from where he was.
Yeah, that only just went. He's played a really good shot there. That's pure as well. And Tom Cousins is about to climb the hill. Oh, my apologies. He's about to be one away from the hill. Got a bit excited there. Ooh, and he only just made the 8-ball. Nearly gave him the ultimate curse.
That was an excellent out though from where he was. You know, you saw him drop his head. He very rarely shows any emotion like that, but really turned that one inward side. He was nowhere near it really, but he just allowed it to fall in, and obviously did the rest. So just playing he's not being put under too much pressure, I think. So he's just allowed to be free out there. Now 10-2 in front. I think he knows he's going to win the match. Just kind of got to just sort of stay the course. 16:29 left is the reason I'm saying he's going to win the match, because even if Cohen was to turn it around, his time was running out. A few other players have got themselves to 10. Hitting Mattel now 10-4 in front of Matt Cook. Obviously the winners of that game plays the winner of this one. David McNamara, it was 4-4, it's now 10-4 in front over Chris Hampson. Dom Cooney 7-1 up over Peter Mullaney, and Carl Cope's got himself to 10 as well. He's 10-2 up over Chris Day. Tom's turn to hold up his hand as the cue ball somehow, and I really don't know how, doesn't go into the top corner pocket. Tom wants to be reds here. I'm sure he can be, so may take on the tricky set. I say tricky set. Yellows aren't bad, it's just one to solve. A couple of ways to do it. Yellow right centre and come down, or a yellow to bottom left. It doesn't make the yellow off red, so it's Cohen's problem to solve now.
Here comes to the table at 10-2. It's quite ideal.
Cohen does use the yellow to right centre, and that'll do. Assuming the yellow goes past the red to right centre again, and from there you can plot a nice simple route. Does have to get the transitional shot right. You know, he wants to be fairly straight in on the yellow to bottom right, but the 8-ball in the red top of the triangle area make that quite a small window. Had quite a bit of angle on the one to right centre once he played the breakout. Would have been a little bit easier if he could have just dropped it in and dealt with the two at the bottom of the table, then go up, because you've got all the room in the world to play with then, and the 8-ball goes bottom right. So if you do get stuck high, you've still got a way of playing it. But all solved if you can find a nice window here. Which looks like he has. Tap of the knee from Tom, who's right on line, tells us he's on this.
Yeah, pretty good sign, isn't it?
Yeah. Pulled that one back rather than rolling forward. And plays an excellent shot. I thought he was going to roll forward. The reason I say that, because then you can kind of just fall onto this position rather than having to sort of punch it in. But played a couple of excellent shots there to get out.
Yeah, he really did, and good to see that. You know, he's still present in this game. It'd be easy 10-2 down to, you know, have your head fall off, but still very much in it.
Yeah, nice to see they're having a chat out there as well. Yeah, there you go. They are having a chat. I don't know. Maybe Cohen was talking to Tom without any response, but Tom is responding. Kind of quite a low-key atmosphere at the start of the tournament here on a Friday lunchtime, but two players at very different positions in their careers. Cohen, as you said it right at the beginning, he'll learn a lot from Tom. Again, same thing. It's always as well on the right hand side as Cohen looks. Half ball on the left as we look. Yeah. That's the 4th time now in the match that he's done that. What's that? His 7th break. And he had 1 cut break in there. So out of 6 front ball breaks, he's hit that left hand side just below the jaw 4 times. Big problem for him. Trying to step the pace up here. He's aware of the match clock. Still a massively tall order to responding back into this one, but at least he's aware. Does have a big problem at the back end here, and that's the 8 ball. But I'm assuming a red goes off the cushion, off the 8 ball, or direct, but it's getting to that position that's the problem. Yeah, tried to get into the yellow there, so he was trying to go top cushion into the yellow, half ball, and that would have popped the red on the left hand side out and kept him on the one that I was talking about though, where he plays red off 8 ball. So new plan. Oh, and that's not the plan. That is not the one.
Oh, disaster.
The problem was the angle he had on it, he couldn't punch it to avoid the 8 ball because you're going to straighten the double up too much. So I think the shot he was playing, I don't think the double was available without potting the 8 ball. Whichever way around you went, I think he probably had to play the treble to have a chance of making that shot. Well, what's happened to Tom Cousins' break?
What was that?
What was that? Now, that may not have been the best rack we've ever seen in your life, but I'll wager that's one of the worst strikes I've ever seen Tom hit on a break. And he certainly took the pace off. Misstruck the cue ball.
He's topped it.
That was very strange.
Well, in classic Tom Cousins fashion, he's got a very presentable chance off it.
Yeah. As that final little bump stopped the 8 ball from going bottom left. Not a major issue, but that's where he would want it to go, because the one on the right hand side the one by his hand now, and it does go, so he's fine. That wants to be his last ball. That's why he was probably thinking drop it in 8-ball bottom left, but he's a little bit in between everything here. That's a beautiful shot. Might have too much angle to hold here. Maybe use the yellow. Yellow by the cue ball, just come back up into it. No, he's not doing that. Twice across. Definitely doesn't go now.
He's going to have to kick at this, which is less than ideal, unless he can maybe play off the yellow.
I think that's the plan.
Oh my goodness me. Tom Cousins, you bad man. What an 8-ball to finish things off. He's up and running in the Ultimate Pool Pro Cup. Even referee Orange Tesco has a smile for him. That was a little bit cheeky. Have a watch of this. What a shot to finish it. Best player in the world marches on and is looking to take home that trophy. We'll catch word with him in a minute.